Okay, recording power hour today. Okay, we're just gonna be super focused today. The last couple of power hours, we've been like really sectioned off in connections. I did connections, the first two that I did. Shorty talked a lot about follow-ups and invites. And today I'm gonna talk about adding new followers is going to be a big part of it. And then actually walking you through a bit of a process at the end of talking to people when they say yes, they want more information. So more of that like follow up, because I feel like that piece, we all are just kind of like throwing mud at the wall to see what sticks. What happens when someone says, yeah, sure, send me information. We're like, I don't know what to do. So I'm going to walk you through an 11-step process. Sounds complicated, not complicated. And just that conversation of like how to navigate that conversation when someone says yes and not send pricing right away. Because we still, once they say yes, need to get them to like fully believe that this is the thing that they need to do, or else they will not complete their share cart when you send it. Okay, so first thing is first, if we are using the Success Club Business Activity Tracker, or whether or not you're using the app, I am loving the app, I just have to say, the SC BAT. So if you're using this app, then just pull that up. You guys, personal accountability, I'm just going to review this really quickly since we had this in our chats as well. Personal accountability and personal development are not a part of your power hour. Okay. So just those pieces are something that you need to be doing outside of that is like your personal journey. That is not necessarily the business, although we recommend it for the business in order to make this work. That's outside of the power hour. So that stuff should be done, or you're doing that after this power hour at some point. That includes drinking Shakeology, working out, and then engaging in personal development. Same with your stories. I'm not going to talk about your stories too much in this because, again, stories are something that you're going to be doing throughout the course of the day. But I am going to start actually with your challenge group. So we're going to start there first today. It's not normally where we start, but I'm going to start there first today and switch things up. I want you guys to go into your challenge group and check in for today. If you've already done your workout, check in with your sweaty selfie. But I want to spend just like 3 minutes, and I want you guys to go and comment on as many posts as you can from today and yesterday, depending on how many people have checked in. So we're going to do that for the first 3 minutes. Okay, cool. So for those of you in my challenge group, I'm going to see all of you commenting, liking on everyone's stuff. Amazing. Because I'm watching. Okay, so now I want you guys to go to two of your clients, any two clients. I typically have a list and I'm just kind of going through them, but I want you to send a message to your clients and just check in with them. Hey, just checking in. How's everything going this week? Okay, super simple. Don't overthink it. You have 2 minutes. Go. I also will use that time just to check in with people and take that time to like recognize them. And you guys, you can recognize achievement just by sending them a DM. It doesn't have to be like shouting from the rooftops. You can just send them a message to be like, hey, I see you. You're doing great. Thank you so much for being so positive in the group. Appreciate you showing up every day. I saw you checked in every day last week. You're rocking it. Keep going. Like, just send them encouragement. It doesn't always have to be a question, it can just be encouragement. Okay. So we have contributed to our challenge group. We've recognized achievement. I am going to leave responding to all questions from customers and coaches to you guys afterwards. You can set aside time, maybe 10, 15 minutes later in the day. You can do that if you have any. Some days that one's really quick because I don't have any. And other days I'm like, whoa, people slow down. So just kind of depends on the day. Today's a pretty quiet day for that. So we're going to move into initiating connections and adding followers. I also am going to do a little bit of hashtag work with you guys today because I feel like every time I say go search a hashtag, everyone looks at me like I have 12 heads and like I don't know what to do. So I'm going to give you a bit of an idea of what to search. So first things first, you guys need to know who you're looking for. Who is the person that you are looking for? By the way, it's you. You're looking for you. You're looking for more people just like you. And I think sometimes we're like, I don't know. I'm afraid. I don't exist. I'm the only me. Yes, you're the only you, but like we all have so many similarities and interests that are the same. So I always say, go to a target market. What is this? So I want you to pick a target market. This is an account that you probably followed before you were a coach. So what is an account that you followed, and think of like, what's an account that you were really wanting, you were like excited to see them post in the day, not a Beachbody coach, but somebody else. Who were you really excited to see post every day? Go to that person. For me, it's even like something like Beachy dolls. Like I was like, what is their outfit going to be? Like I want to see what they have coming out. What's their spring collection? What's their summer collection? If that's my style, that's somebody else's style. And if they're following them, instantly we probably have a connection. So don't overthink this process of like, maybe they're not my people. You're going to figure out if they're your people when they start following you and as you start following them. So I am going to go into, I actually love the Birds Papaya. She's fantastic as well. I've used Cat and Nat a gazillion times in the past. So you're going to go to their account. I want you to go to their followers at the top. And then I literally want you to follow 20 people. This is going to take 2 minutes. It is 9:14. At 9:16, we're going to be done. Go follow 20 people.
Chalene,
Yep.
do you follow private profiles?
Yep. All the
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
I actually have more success with private profiles and having them become clients than I do public profiles. Yep. Okay, I'll give you guys a second. I am done. Okay, it is 9:16, so wherever you ended, that is fine. Try and do that, like literally whenever you pick up your phone every hour. Took 2 minutes, right? And that process of just going to like follow a bunch of people is what's going to build your account faster. And if you're looking for your account to grow, that's what we have to be doing. And then I'm going to walk you through the next kind of step on that. So as people start following you back, you will notice your numbers are going to go up and down really quickly because they're going to follow you back and then they're going to be like, I don't really love this account and unfollow you once they check you out, right? Or they're going to follow you back and then they're going to like on a bunch of stuff because they're going to be like, oh, who's this person? This is kind of cool. So pay attention to what people are doing on your account. And you can see it in the heart section on Instagram. You're going to see you have new followers and you're going to see if they start liking stuff or if they've just followed you or whatnot. If it says following, it means that you are following them. If it says follow, it means that I am not following them. So I can follow them back if I want to. Now, as you get new followers throughout the day, I want you to make sure that you send them a message to say, hey, thanks for following me. Appreciate you. How's your day going? How's your week been? Ask them a question. That's your chance to open a conversation with people who just started following you. Okay. So this is your chance to like really show them, welcome them into your page, let them know what they're going to find. Just have that like initial kind of like, hey, how's it going? Introduction conversation. You don't have to invite them right away. Let them get to know who you are, but make sure that you welcome them. This is like your house. Would you let someone walk into your house and not say, hi, how are you? Would you like a cup of coffee? Right? So think of it that way. Another thing that I want you guys to do on your target market, so on that account, I want you to comment on their last 3 posts. So the top 3 posts that they have, I just want you to go and leave a genuine comment so other people can see your account. If we're not being active and we're not commenting on things, no one knows where to find us. So go leave a comment. I also, during the same time, if I had more time right now, I would actually go through all these comments. And this is where I find a lot of my followers. I will go through and like read what people are saying. One, it gives me a ton of inspiration for posts because I'm like, oh, they resonated with that post. Like, this is what people are looking for. Great. Write that down somewhere. And then it also just gives me, I'm like, oh, I don't really like what they said. I would never connect with that person. Or, oh, yes, they're totally in the same spot as me. I want to connect with that person. So you can be active and engage with people here. You can reply to other people's comments as well, but definitely make sure that you're leaving your own comment. Okay, I hope you've left a comment or two. So we are adding people. We are thanking them for their follow when they follow us back. We're engaging with the new people that are on our page. I also want to show you, you're going to get some weird people. It's just going to happen. You're going to get some weird people, and it freaks people out the second there's like, why does that person want to follow me? They're likely doing the exact same thing we're doing. So like, it's totally cool. And just block them. Like, I know right now there's someone that started following me. Why are they following me? It's a guy, it's just him. There's two pictures. I have no idea. It's not my market at all. Instantly, I'm never going to follow that person back. I'm just going to go and I'm going to block them from my account. One, I don't want a bunch of dudes on my account. I talk about a lot of girl stuff. And I just want, like, while it's a public account, I can still control a lot of who's on my account right now because we're still pretty small, right? I'm under 10K. Like, anything under 10K is still super manageable in terms of who is actually on your account. So if you don't like them, block them. And if you are not following them, follow them back. If they're your people, if it is a coach, do not follow them back. I recommend that you hide your stories from more coaches so that you actually are not trying to sift through coaches on everything. If someone is like blowing up my account as a coach, I actually will send them a message just to be like, hey, I love you. However, I can't have you just always in my account. And it's just like a message, a business owner to business owner, like, go love on your team. Our team is different, but like, other coaches constantly loving and commenting on my stuff is really hard as a business owner to like sift through the noise, right? So just be cautious of that, and like how many coaches you're commenting on as well. Our team, comment away, because we need the engagement. We need the support, right? Okay, so I want you guys to continue. We're going to continue to initiate some connections, and we're going to try and dive right into the DMs from here. So I want you guys to start searching some hashtags. And the way that we can do that is to go to the magnifying glass at the bottom of Instagram. And at the top, I want you to search. Here's some ideas of like how to find a hashtag. So your location, your city, your country, your province, your state, wherever you are, plus life, the word life. So like Guelph life, Toronto life, Buffalo life, New York life, whatever. So search that and see what comes up. So for me, I'm going to type in Guelph life, and now I have all these really cool things that come in. I have Guelph life, I have Guelph lifestyle photographer, Guelph lifestyle, Guelph life magazine. A lot of these ones are a lot smaller. They're like less than 100 posts on some of them, but I do have Guelph life is like 54,000 posts. This is a really great size hashtag. And what I'm going to do here is just gonna turn my brightness down. Hopefully you guys can see it better. I'm gonna go into here, and I'm actually just gonna go to recent, not top. Well, I can't do this backwards ever. These are the people who are most recently tagging Guelph life. So I'm just gonna go through here and I'm gonna see, is there any pictures that kind of pop up for me? Guelph life is actually a lot of realtors, which is not a bad thing. I'm gonna go and follow a couple of these realtors and connect with them. And I'm gonna send them a DM. So I want you to find a picture you like from that hashtag. Okay, perfect. I just found like a yoga studio girl. Her yoga studio is actually closed, which is fantastic. I'm going to reach out to her and I'm going to start a conversation, and I'm going to add her to my collection of potential coaches, because I know that eventually that's where my conversation is going to go into coaching. And has she thought of offering an online platform? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a picture that you like. I want you to follow them, like 5 of their posts, comment on 3, and then send them a message, whether it's something you've connected on. Hey, oh my gosh, you're in Guelph. Did you grow up in Guelph? Like, if you have a connection with the city, talk about the city, okay? I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes for this. I'm going to give you a couple other ideas for hashtags So you might want to write this down. You can do location life, or you could do your job. So an occupation, whether it's like nurse life, teacher life, mom life, whatever it is that your job is, that's a good hashtag to search. You can search life of a, and then fill in your occupation. So life of a nurse, life of a teacher, life of a mom, life of a sister, da da da, da. Fill in that last part. Another one is like an object, and then add the word love. For me, I'm like a Nutella freak, Nutella lover. Like love, lover, loves, that kind of thing. You can just kind of search in the search bar to see what comes up. But you could think of like sports team, music, like fill in an interest in a hobby or like an object, could be a type of car, that type of thing. Fashion, think fashion. The last one is you can type in the season. So like summer, and then write the word in, and then the location. So like summer in Canada, summer in Ontario, fall in Florida, that kind of thing. This is really going to get you into like what people are tagging right now. And the thing that I love about an object is, one, that's your interest, the thing that you're interested in. The location is local to you, or a place you visited or a place you've been. Instantly you have something to talk about. And then the last one, of course, is your profession. We all love talking about what we do, and that's an easy one to connect with people on. So there's some ideas for hashtags. I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes right now, and we're just going to go through any of the hashtags. You're going to search them. You're going to follow the person, like 5 of their posts, comment on 3 of their posts, and send them a DM that is asking a question of some sort. Hey, did you grow up in Guelph? Oh my gosh, I'm a teacher too. How is life going? Whatever you want to say. This is also the section where, like, if they really feel like my vibe, I will just save them to a June collection. Only if they really feel like my vibe. Other than that, I kind of wait to save people to my collections until they actually start engaging back with me. Okay, as you guys are wrapping that up, something that I didn't mention was as you search those hashtags and you're going through them, make sure you follow the actual hashtag. This is really important because when you go to your account and then you go into your following, all your hashtags will come up now in the top part there. So you can see right here, I have all my hashtags that I'm following, and I can just click those and I can now see all my hashtags. So when I want to do this hashtag work, it doesn't become as much because I already have a ton of hashtags that I love using, and I just go through each one of those instead of having to search new ones all the time. So that's something to consider. It will also bring up the hashtags in your feed as well. So I've found a lot of really great connections in my feed that I would not have connected with if I wasn't following the actual hashtag. Okay, one more minute and then we're going to move on. Thank you. Okay, let's move along. We are going to jump into the section of the bat that is, so we just did initiate connections and add followers. We're gonna go into responding to all new likes, comments, and views. So 5 minutes on this. I want you to go into your Instagram. If you're more active on Facebook, by the way, you can do this over on Facebook. Doesn't matter to me. And I want you to just literally open up your last couple of posts, and I want you to go into the comment section, reply to every single comment. I don't care what the comment is. Make sure you're replying to it with 4 words or more. Try to. And then I want you to go into the people that have liked your posts. So just click on that. A whole list of people that have liked it will come up. And I want you to go back, and I actually try scrolling all the way down to the bottom. Typically, the people at the bottom of your likes are people who are newer, the people who show up at the top of everything. So, the top of your stories, the top of your story views, they are the top of your likes. Those typically are the people who are liking on your stuff the most. So, just try scrolling to the bottom to get some new names. And then I want you to go to their account and just like and comment on their stuff. Okay. So, we're going to do that for the next 5 minutes. So again, you guys, when I'm going to these accounts, I'm just making sure if they're coaches not on our team, I'm not spending time right now on loving and liking on coaches posts. That's for later in the day. Right now, I'm just searching for anybody who is like someone that I'm connected with or I feel like I can connect with. Save them to a collection as well. Don't forget to be saving to your June collections if you really connect with them. Okay, let's move on. So we have responded to all new likes and comments. I cannot get through all new likes, comments, and views in 5 minutes. So I just focus on likes and comments, and then I actually save going through my story viewers later. But I want to move into inviting. So I want you guys to invite 5 people to a challenge group. Does everyone have a challenge group that they're inviting to? Does everyone know what they're inviting to right now? Yes, perfect. Okay, great. That's usually the thing that holds people up is like, what do I invite to? So go ahead and invite 5 people to a challenge group. I'm going to invite from my story view. So this is kind of where I move into liking from my likes and comments, and I go and I like back and I respond to people. Now I'm going to jump into my stories and I'm going to swipe up on my stories and I'm going to invite 5 people that have been watching my stories. And again, we're not going to overthink this. We're just going to invite. There's no other message that goes with it. Just send out the invite. When you're done inviting 5 people, let me know. A simple invite that I would use. Let me pull up one that I actually just sent the other day. One that I just sent the other day was, good morning. I hope you're having a great week. I want to show you a quick invite to see if you wanted to join our upcoming Fit Club on July 3rd. We've got virtual workouts, meal plans, community support, and more. Can I send you some details? That's longer than what I normally send. Other times I will just say like my other one to her before. I've actually invited this person like 12 times. So this is great. All my invites are right here. I know you were interested in a virtual boot camp previously. We have a new one coming up for March. Are you in? Can I send you some details? That's more of like a little follow-up. Another one is just, hey, I just wanted to connect and see how you were doing. I'm actually enrolling right now for my next boot camp. Can I send you some details? Or an upcoming fit club or challenge group, whatever it is that you use. Can I send you some info? Does that help, Nicole? Okay. Trish, we'll get into follow-ups in a second, okay? Ignore that message for now, and we'll just dive right, just keep inviting. Anyone done 5? Okay. Okay. We're going to move on just because we only have 13 minutes left. So that is inviting. You guys can continue to invite throughout the day from your stories. Another little thing that I just want to share is like, as I'm going through my stories, I like to go through, and as I'm going through, I'll go through each one. And for me, sometimes my story ends, or my, like, as I'm going through, I'm noticing it can be a follow-up message. It can be a thank you for following message. It can just be a hey, how's life message. It can be an invite. It can be a coach invite. It can be a why do you keep watching my stories all the time? Like, what keeps bringing you back? I see you watching. You're not replying to my DMs. Like, what keeps bringing you back to my stories? So I kind of go through like one by one, and I try to just get through all my viewers every day, and that allows me to stay connected to the people who are watching me. So if you are the person, and I think it depends on the type of person, if you're very systematic, where you're like, I need to do 10 invites, 10 follow-ups, like da 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 da, you can do it that way. But for me, if I spend an hour in my story views, that just brings me connection on all spectrums. Like, I can really just go in and connect with all those, however many people are watching your stories. How many people are you guys getting watching your stories? Can I ask? Anywhere from like 50 to 100? Is anyone in that bracket?
I'm like 170 even sometimes.
Oh my God, that's incredible. Okay, great.
But some of them you can tell are just bots and like,
For sure.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
138, Trish. Okay, these are really good numbers, you guys. We're gonna increase these numbers. 120. Oh my gosh, this is great. Okay, perfect. These are good numbers, and you guys, we're gonna increase that. Doing that method of every hour going in and just following a bunch of people. I know I used to do that, and then I got away from it because people were like, it's just not like, it's too fast. But for me, it was taking me too long to try and find my people. Like, I would spend hours to connect with 5 people. So instead, I'm just going through and being really quick with it, and then I'm sifting through the noise afterwards. It's a lot faster for me. So try what works, stick with a method for like a week or two, see what's working, see what's increasing your following, see what's increasing your engagement on your posts, and if it's increasing your story views. For me, it's increasing my story views by 100 this past week, which is a big number. So for me, I'm going to stick with the system because it's working. But make sure that you are doing what's working for you. If it's not working, then go back to whatever was working. Literally doing both of those, Nicole. So I am following all of the people. Like, I will do both. I go through and I look at their profile picture and their name. And if it's like, okay, cool, you look like my people, okay, great. If I am like, if I look at the picture and it's a guy, I don't follow them. So I'm doing a quick little sift. Like, is it a woman? Does she look like she's in her 30s? Is she like 20s to 30s? Does she have kids in the picture? Okay, great. Check, check, check. Those are my check marks, basically. If it's not any of that, I usually skip it. So that's my quick follow through every like hour for like 3 minutes. Then I will do a deeper dive. When I'm doing hashtags, when I'm doing connections in the comments, I'm looking a little bit deeper into this person's profile. So I open their profile up and I'm like, okay, I'm sifting through if it's open. Then I can really see who this person is because I can see what their posts are. I can see what they're doing, what they talk about. Do I feel like I have similar views? And I will go through that way. But the other follows are, they're just really quick. Does that help? Okay, so I want to walk you guys through some of this follow-up. Trish, you had a really great question there of this. You've sent out all these invites, and now I feel like everyone is kind of stuck in this, like, what do I do? What's next? How do I send information? And how do I close? We talked about this a little bit in one of the chats yesterday too, about this idea of like closing and not becoming everyone's best friend. So I struggled a little bit in I would say probably about the like 8-month mark in my business of like I felt like I wasn't making deep enough connections with people before they signed up with me. And then I fell into a really big rut of not signing anybody up because I was trying to be everyone's best friend. And in the process of becoming everyone's best friend, I was avoiding my DMs because I was getting burnt out in conversation. So I literally wasn't talking to people. And I couldn't convert it into an invite because I was like, how do I now invite somebody to come buy something when they just poured their life on the line? And I'm like, now I feel inconsiderate and I feel like a douche. Like, that was my process. And I just was feeling really heavy and really stuck in that. And I know that that's how some other coaches run their business. And I know there's very successful people that run their business by getting very personal first and being a best friend first, and then having them convert into a challenger. For me, not how I roll. Come join my community. I will be your best friend. But until then, it's just not me. I don't do small talk. Like I'm kind of an introvert that way. And like, I know most people will be like, what? But that's me. That's my personality. It's what works best for me. So know what works best for you, and how we're going to do this in terms of really walking through a little bit of follow-up and conversation. I'm going to go through this right now, but let's talk about Trisha's question. What do you say when someone comes back to you? Yeah, like if you're feeling exhausted in conversations, we need to like reel back the conversation that we're having with people and identify what that is. Okay, now right now, I'll let you know when I'm ready. Dive in. Like this is the time to like peel back the layers. I'm not sure I understand. My watch doesn't understand me. This is the time to like peel back the layers of what is going on. Why are they not ready? That is probably my first question back. Is like, great, why, like what makes you feel like you're not ready right now? And that helps it. Now, this is usually the point where everyone gets into, now I have to be your best friend and be the ear and the shoulder for you to lean on, because they're going to open up and tell you their problems, which is what we teach you guys how to do, right? Instead of that, I want you guys to really just dive into, okay, what is going on that makes you feel like you're not ready right now? Oh my gosh, but you get this long message back. My kids, work, everything's super stressful with quarantine, homeschool, da, 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 da. You know what? I really think that our community would be a place that would help you as you struggle through all these stresses in your life. Can I send you more details? They're going to ask more questions. No, I don't really know if I'm ready. Okay, you know what? Well, like, how's your nutrition right now? Because I think if we really pulled it in on your nutrition, we didn't worry about everything all the time, that could really help you to feel like you've got some control back in your life. How about we focus on just your nutrition? Like, keep offering the solution. Don't try and be the best friend and fix their problem in the conversation. Offer the solution constantly and tie it back to what it is that you have to offer. So every time they give you an objection, tie it back to the offer. Can I send you more information? Do you think that would be something that would be right for you? How does that sound? Does that make sense? And then you're not getting into the whole, like, I need to be your therapist and help you fix this problem in the DM. So hopefully that helps, but just constantly reiterate to them that, like, you're not going to be the one that can solve their problem in a 5-minute conversation. But hey, look, I have this incredible community of people that I can plug you into, that together we can work on these things and we can slowly start to build new habits and routines that make you feel like you have control back in your life. The ones that say no thanks, just ask questions. How come? Why not? Why wouldn't this be right for you? What do you feel like is holding you back? What's the one thing that doesn't feel right for you? Do you already have a routine? What does your current routine look like? A gazillion and one questions you can ask. Just ask a question. Cool. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate you getting back to me. Do you already have a routine in place? That's probably my number one thing when someone says no thanks. Ashley. Okay, yes. If you are like getting into conversation for hours with people, be like, dude, I teach you all of this in my community. Join me. Like, literally, that would be my final line. Like, just join the community. I got you in there. I am way more attentive in there than I am one-on-one in my DMs. And be honest with people about that. Be like, this is my job. Like, this is my job. And I support my clients 100% in our community. If you want more of this, like one-on-one, join us in there, because I am like, I'm so much more active in this community than I am just in my DMs, and ignore them for a couple days. You know, when it comes down to it, you just got to if they're not willing to commit and they're not ready to say yes, that's okay. But don't be the one who's going to be at their beck and call the second that they message you. You have to let them wait a little bit. Okay. That's a hard one for me to do for a while. So I'm good at it now though. Okay. We're going to take this probably like just 5 minutes over. If you can't stick on, that's okay. But I really want to talk you guys through a bit of a process. I'm going to write this on the team page, so don't feel like you have to write all of this down. I will write it out for you. But I will... Oh, the chat is funny. I will walk you through this, and then I will post it so that you guys can get it. I feel like someone says yes. Okay, so you've got all the people that say no. We've talked about what to say with them. What about someone says, yes, I'm ready for information? When you do all this work in an hour, you start to get messages back throughout the day, most times. Some days you get completely ghosted by everybody and you're like, boo, this is not cool. But most days, you're starting to get a couple responses back. When you do, and someone says, yes, I would love more information, this is not something that you have to do, but here's a process that may work for you if you feel like you don't have one. Very first message back. Okay, great. Let's determine what kit is best for you. Okay. That for me opens up the idea that I can ask them more questions. And they're not going to ask me for pricing right away because I don't know what kit to give you yet. You haven't told me enough about where you're at in order for me to send you pricing. Okay. So don't send pricing right away. The second you send pricing, they're gone. Gone. So here's about seven questions that you can ask people as you are trying to figure out what kit is best for them. So 1, what does your morning routine look like? This is really great because they're going to reply back with, I don't have one. Some people will reply back telling you that they do have one, but most people are going to be like, non-existent. Perfect. This is going to help you to understand, to let them know that community is going to be great for them because it's going to help them to build new habits. You have really great tools and resources for them to build these habits, workout calendars and schedules and motivation, Zoom calls, all the things, right? So this is what you're looking for. What routine do you have in your morning? Second thing, do you eat breakfast? If they say no, this is a perfect opportunity to understand why Shakeology is so important for them. So again, I'm not getting into all of this yet, but just keep this in the back of your mind. Do you eat breakfast? Are you tired when you wake up? If the answer is yes, you're recommending Energize. Do you find you get sore easily? If the answer is yes, you're recommending Recover. Where do you struggle with your nutrition? You are going to get people who say, oh, my nutrition's fantastic. It's great. But really it's not, but they think they're eating healthy. Or you're going to get people who are like, I eat when I'm bored, I snack too much, I really just don't know what to eat, like I just randomly make meals. Do they meal prep? That's really going to help you to identify, are you going to be offering 2B Mindset, Ultimate Portion Fix, maybe 3-day refresh? So now you have opportunity for these products. Do you snack often? Maybe you're recommending beach bars here, or maybe this is another opportunity to identify why they need Shakeology in their life, if they say yes. And then last question is more towards the workouts and me identifying a workout program for them is like, do you have a fitness routine currently, or are you a beginner, intermediate, or advanced with your workouts? Now I'm going to know where they're at. I know if they have a routine because they told me, and I know where they're at with their workouts. So do they need something like 21 Day Fix just to get a quick start? Or do they need something like Morning Meltdown 100? Or maybe they're advanced and they need the work. But this is going to help me to get them started on the right track, the right path. Another question that I'll ask sometimes, and this one is more just for me recommending like a workout program, is how much time do you have in your day to work out? When I get the commitment from them, It helps me if I know if they have an hour, great, 80-day obsession. If they only have 30 minutes, I'm not going to recommend 80-day, right? So those are some questions. Now, this you've already told them, okay, let's determine the best kit for you. So that is why you're asking all these questions. I find sometimes people are like, I don't know how to ask questions, because you feel like you're just bugging them now that you just asked them, hey, are you interested? They're like, yeah, I'm interested. And you're like, okay, great. Let me drill you on like all the things. So this helps you to be able to ask those questions. Now, they're going to reply back with all this stuff. I want you to get personal at this point. Now, this next message has to be a video message or a voice note. All of that can be text if you want it to be, but now you have to get personal with it and bring it really in. The next point is really going to be talking about community. Something like, okay, great. Now that I know where you're at, let's talk about what you're going to get from me as your coach. You're going to receive daily check-ins in our community. You get to be a part of our really great community that is going to support you and inspire you and motivate you. You're going to get weekly meal plans on top of all these other really great things that you're recommending, whatever your recommendation is for them. So Shakeology, Energize, Recover, the workout, that program that you recommend, like whatever that is that you're recommending. How does that sound? That's the question that I want you to ask. How does that sound? Because we need them to have the buy-in before they see the price. You know yourself, you will object any price. I don't care what it is. You will object $5. If you don't think a ball is worth $5, you will object the price. So price doesn't really matter what it is. It's understanding that they already see value in the thing that you have before you give them the price, because they're already thinking of a price in their head. And if you come in, I guarantee you, if you're talking workouts for a year, full meal plan, nutritional supplements for 30 days, a personalized coach, a daily check-in community, in my mind, I'm like, this is going to cost me $500. And when you come in with the fact that you can get a challenge pack for $186, most people, you're still going to get price objection, but I find most people, when you build that value add first, they're like, oh, that's not so bad. I spent that in 3 months at my gym last year, right? So you're going to say, how does that sound? They say yes. You say, okay, great. I'm so excited for you. I think we're finally ready to get you started. Are you ready for this change? And this again, confirming. Here's my final recommendation for you. Can I grab you can either ask for their email to send a share card, just depends on your process, or you can build it right within this chat as you're still going. And you can talk about Shakeology, Recover, Energize, Beach Bars, whatever it is. You need them to select their flavors. If they're like, yes, that all sounds great, we just need to select their flavors now, so you can send them a share card. Or you can send them a share card and say, hey, I chose my favorite flavors. You can totally adjust these though. If you want me to change them, I can. That depends on your personal preference on how you want to do that. Make sure that you copy the link for the share card, you send it to them. There's like this new thing on where like people are opting out of emails. So if they opted out of emails like 10 years ago from whatever infomercial they watched for Beachbody, they won't get the email that you send for share card. So make sure that you copy the link and send it to them, super important. And then confirm with them. Send the link and then say, hey, let me know when you're finished so I can plug you into the community and send you a welcome email. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for this change to happen. I'm whatever. Fill in how you would speak. Okay. So that's kind of a process. I feel like we haven't talked about that a whole lot. And I think a lot of people kind of feel like you get stuck in that. There is a lot of coaches that send forms. So like a Google form, you could ask all those questions in a Google form if you wanted as well. And you could say like, hey, okay, great. Before I send you over all the details, do you mind filling in this quick form so I can get a pulse check of where you're at? And they could fill out that form if you want to do that process too. Totally up to you. You could do a form for the challenge pack as well. So if you wanted to ask all those questions, then you say, okay, great. Here's my recommendation. These are the 3 things that you would need. And you could send them a form if you wanted, so they could select their flavors, ideas. Totally depends on what your jam is and what you want to do. But that is your follow-up for the rest of the day. If at any point in that conversation, as you're going through, I made it seem very seamless and like people are going to be like, yay, that sounds great. Perfect. Let's go. Yay. Awesome. You're going to have objections still. address the objection, and continue on the conversation. So if they object anywhere in that, you just say, okay, great. I totally get it. I felt that way too. Here's what helped me. And then move the conversation forward. And if you're stuck, screenshot your conversation, send them in the chats. We got you. Okay. Love you all. I'm going to let you go. Have the best day. If you guys have questions on this, let me know. Make sure you tag your coaches when I post the recording. I think it will help people. And yeah, let's go crush this week. Bye, guys.